Out in Colorado, there was a song playing on the radio. Went like this. I'll sing it with my own words. Go Zivvy, go Zivvy, go Zivvy, go go. Go Zivvy, go Zivvy, go Zivvy, go go. She's got the paws that are black and white. The face that's black and tan, that's alright. A coat that's black as night. Go Zivvy, go Zivvy, go Zivvy, go go. Anyway, I heard this song on the radio, and I wasn't listening to the words. I wasn't, and I liked the tune, I liked the energy, and I liked the beat and the melody. But I wasn't listening to the words, and maybe a year listening to that song, I listened more closely to the words, and I gotta say, I don't understand what the hell the song's about. And I don't particularly like the words of what I'm hearing, if what I'm hearing is right. And that's like the Beatles song, Get Back, you know. I think that's a really driving rock song that I like a lot. But it's got lyrics in there that I don't get either. What are the lyrics? Let me think. Jojo was a man who thought he was a woman, but he was another man. I mean, what the hell is that about, okay? It's in the song, and I like the song, but those words, you know, I could do without that. I don't even know what he's talking about, right? So, that's a lot of songs. Like, there's another song I liked a lot. The name of the group, I'm trying to remember, but it was a rap song that I heard from, you know, I found this song, I was looking on an Italian website, and I saw some Italian guys playing basketball, just for leisure time fun, and they had this song on in the background by an American rap group. And I like the energy, and I like the spirit of the song, you know. But once again, after listening to this song for like a year, I listened more closely, and I heard some lyrics in there that I didn't like. Like, I think he says at one point in the song, he says, using my muscle in prison. Son, it says, and he said, let's toast to success no matter how you do it, this kind of thing. So I'm thinking, you know, I don't like that. So, you know, that's another song with that. So, a lot of music like that, not a lot, but some. I don't really listen to the radio anymore for whatever reason. One reason is I want to leave the United States, so I'm like trying to make a crisis out of my desire to leave, saying I'm not going to do almost anything that's going to make me feel good while I'm here. Just make myself as uncomfortable as I can to, like, you know, cause myself to get the hell out, not just sit back and think, oh, I can do that tomorrow. No, look, I'm getting older and older, so I'm trying to impress upon myself that I'm coming down to the wire in terms of time. If I'm going to leave and have any energy and strength left to enjoy myself, I better get going. So I don't want to be, you know, oh, I love this song, I'm going to sit around and leisurely listen. No, I don't want to do that. So, those are my thoughts. We're walking our dog around the block for the first time tonight. I think today is August 27th, I'm not sure. And I think it's a Thursday in August. The time, I can be sure of that because I got a wristwatch on. Take a look. It's, let's see. See, my watch is set to Tokyo time, Tokyo military time, and, you know, I don't really know how to tell military time, but that's how they tell time over there in Tokyo, as I recall. They go by military time, so they don't say, like, 7 o'clock at night, they still say 1900 hours. Okay, so this says 2102. So 18 is 6, 19 7, 28 21:09. So Tokyo is like 13 hours ahead. So, oh, my watch will tell me the day too. If I could read it. I can't. The print is too small. But anyway, it's 21:02 in Tokyo. That means here it's 8:02 p.m. Bye for now. Let me make this footnote. Since I'm a Beatles fan going all the way back to when the Beatles started out, right? And I was in grade school, loving the Beatles. Here's my interpretation of that song, Get Back. The time that song was written and was first played on the rooftop there in London during that rooftop concert, the Beatles were big successes, right? And they were starting to question, you know, whether they liked being that successful, you know what I mean? And that was around the time that John Lennon got in trouble for saying that something like he thought the Beatles were more popular than Jesus Christ. You know, and that got him in a hell of a lot of trouble. It shouldn't have, because he wasn't saying that they were anything like Jesus Christ. He was saying people were wild about the Beatles, seemingly with all the thousands and thousands of fans that mobbed them all everywhere they went, that it seemed to him that in the modern world that you might consider that they were even more popular than Jesus Christ. Now, that's what he was saying, but it's just an opinion of his. He wasn't saying anything more than that, but he got in a hell of a lot of trouble for it. Now, I didn't mean to branch out on that, but I was alive at that time, and I was a distant witness of all that controversy. And I see what all the fuss was about then, and I don't see it now. And I've heard interviews with John Lennon when he was saying, I wasn't saying anything radical at all. Just expressing an opinion like that. I wasn't saying we were Jesus Christ or anything like him. It got nothing to do with religion. I wasn't saying that we did. Okay, so here's my interpretation of those words in that song. The Beatles were wildly successful, right? They got lots of money, and they're in that world of money and success, right? And they weren't liking it. They were questioning it. John Lennon was questioning it. Paul McCartney was questioning it. They were all questioning it. And so what were they seeing in that world? Weird things like a man who wanted to be a woman and so on. And see what I'm saying? And for Paul McCartney, who clearly liked women, right? He's all about silly love songs and this kind of thing. And true love, he's all about that. You're forever lover and all this kind of thing. So we know that about Paul McCartney. And so what is Paul McCartney saying about getting back? He wants to get back to where he started out, his roots as somebody who loved music and art, and that's what it was all about for him. It wasn't all about the fame and the money and the rest of it. It wasn't about that for him at all. He wanted to get back to who he really was. So he was just giving an example of that sex thing as something that was foreign to him, that he thought was weird, and he wanted to get back to the life he had before he was in a world where he was even seeing stuff like that. That's my interpretation. One if by land and two if by sea. That's from the Paul Revere's Ride by Longfellow. The Midnight Ride of Paul Revere. Okay, now, I wanted to make another footnote about Paul McCartney. I finally did see Paul McCartney in person with our son at FedEx Stadium in Maryland. And that stadium is huge. I think it might accommodate 80,000 people. I'm just guessing. It's huge. And we had seats, and Paul McCartney was like 2.5 hours late, but maybe that was because the people were late getting in there. Me and my son were almost on time. We were a little late too. I think it was supposed to start at 7:30. We didn't get there till like 8. And we were really thinking we were going to miss everything. And Paul McCartney didn't get there till like 10 o'clock. Anyway, it was a memorable night. Now, Paul McCartney is roughly 11 years older than me. I don't know the math, so at that time I was in my late 60s, so he would have been in his late 70s. And man, that guy rocked. He rocked that concert, the entire, whatever it was, 2 to 3 hours he was on. Everything, man. It was great. Now, he was so far away, it could have been anybody up there. I couldn't recognize it was him in any way, except by the sound of his voice, right? But it was Paul McCartney. Now, years before that, maybe 3 or 4 years, when our son was maybe 12 or 13, I took him to see this group called Beatlemania. It was a group of guys who looked like the Beatles. Each one in the group looked like whatever Beatle they were representing. So, I got a mosquito on my hand. Hold on. At least I thought I did. Maybe he's gone now. Anyway, each member of this Beatlemania group, he looked like whatever Beatle he was representing. But they were great. Their music sounded exactly like the Beatles, so they rocked, and I really enjoyed that. It was great music. We went to see that at a place very near our house. I forget what the name of this place, but this is where my Aunt Rosemary had started out as a nun. This whole complex of buildings there, although this theater was not part of that Catholic part of that location. It all went by the same name, and that's where Aunt Rosemary started as a nun. She was a nun of, trying to name of the order, Holy Cross, something like that maybe. But anyway, we went to that concert, my son and I just thought it was fantastic. So we finally did get to see one of the Beatles, and I'm a Beatles fan from when they started out, so it was great for me to see Paul McCartney, and I'm really glad that I got to see him.